Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Omotoyosi Oemene and I'm here with a very interesting video for you guys. I'm going to be talking about my journey moving from Nigeria, Port Harcourt to Belgium. So in 2015 March, I got the clarion call to serve my country in Jos. But before then, I had a salon in Port Harcourt just after finishing the university, and I had 2 people working with me. But when I had to serve, then I had to leave the shop. I was contemplating that, but yeah, I had to. So I had them work for me. So my shop was still busy, and I was serving in Jos. I had the 3 weeks camping, and after that I moved to a hostel. So after 3 weeks camping, I got to my place of primary assignment, and then at night I would just hear like boom boom do, like it was like there was war going on up above the building. So the next day I went with my flatmates. I went to make trouble, like we're going to fight, and I found out they were making shoes. And then my Igbo brain just clicked. I was like, how many people are wearing shoes in this world? If I get to learn how to make shoes, how much money I could make and all of that. Immediately I found out how much it was to register. I quickly went to make withdrawal, and then I registered to learn how to make shoes. So the same day I made payment to learn how to make shoes, my dad called me that we have been given the visa to move to Belgium. I was really happy. I was screaming because then we've been waiting for a while. But then I was like, damn, I just spent 30k to register to make shoes. So I had 3 weeks to move back to Port Harcourt to prepare to go to Belgium. Then I decided to stay the 3 weeks in Jos, which my dad wasn't happy about, because then I felt I couldn't learn how to make all of shoes in 3 weeks, but I could learn some things. So I actually had to rush the teacher to teach me how to make sandals and slippers really fast. So I learned how to make it. I'm going to show like the patterns maybe on the side of how to make patterns of shoes and all of that. I learned that quickly. Then I went back to Port Harcourt 3 days before we left for Belgium. So I had to get my hair done, pack my stuff, get the documents ready, take the passports, pictures and all of that in 3 days, and move to Belgium. So moving to Belgium, I knew there was a language, okay? I knew they spoke French and Dutch. And I was like, okay, yeah, English is a universal language. Anywhere you go, you can speak English, blah, 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 I'm fine. My dear, when I got here, the first day, it wasn't dramatic because they picked us from the train station, my dad and my uncle, to the house. So I didn't meet people. I just saw white people everywhere, and I was like, okay, cool, no problem. And then we went to the shop the next day to get some groceries and stuff for the house. And then at the point where you have to pay, everybody in the shop are just speaking, and I was like, what are these people saying? Like, so that was my first experience listening to, hearing people speak Dutch. And then I think the next day we went to register ourselves that we came to Belgium and get our documents done. I actually thought we were going to get all our documents that day, but no, we had to wait for 3 months. So we got a paper where we could learn how to speak Dutch. We could register for Dutch classes. So we did that immediately. I, my mom, my sister, and some of my brothers, we did register to learn Dutch. And my sister started in the same class. And the first day of Dutch class, we are learning Dutch in Dutch. So there's no opportunity to say, okay, what's this word from English to Dutch? No, the very first day, Morgan Manson, direct Dutch, no English, no interpretation. So everything was gesture, yeah? So when they say something, you have to figure it out with gesture. There's no interpretation. You just have to hear them speak Dutch to you for the first time and learn Dutch from Dutch. I know it sounds crazy, but it works. It actually does work because yeah, I can now speak a bit of Dutch. After 3 months, we got our card where we can actually start applying for jobs. Now this is where the juice is. See, when you come here and you've done university and you now think you bring your certificates and come and look for a job in Europe. God, I swear. You know I'm laughing. First time I took my certificate to go and look for a job. So the deal is to work with your certificate here, you need to translate it to Dutch. Now let me tell you, if you didn't study anything that has to do with computer science, coding and all of those shit, don't bother, because it's a waste of time. It's a waste of your time. I studied mass communication and I tried to interpret it, which it took months anyway. But then the thing is, with mass communication, you have to be able to speak Dutch. If you want to communicate to people, which language am I going to use and communicate to people? It has to be in the language they understand. So it was just useless anyway. So I had to get a job. I was the first person to get a job in my house, all of us that came to Europe at that same time. And then everyone was like, oh, there's no job you can get apart from a cleaning job. Now this is where it gets juicy. I got a cleaning job in people's home. I have to go to their house and work for 4 hours. So I had 4 hours in this place, 4 hours in another place. So I have to use the bus here and to the other place. Now working in people's home. Cleaning job. Oh god. Okay, I did this job because I wanted to go to Estonia at that time. I needed to leave Belgium. I was frustrated. I just needed a space. I needed to go out of here. So I had to do that job. And I did it for 3 weeks. The 3rd week, they sacked me. So this job was actually recommended to me by my auntie's sister friend. Anyway, one of those auntie sister friends anyway. So she recommended the job to me and called the company to accept me because I was coming from her. So when I lost this job, she was disappointed. She was like, oh, you've lost this job in Europe, you will not see another job, they'll put it in your documents that you've been sacked. Your first job in Europe, you are sacked. Hey, my heart was racing. I was having heart attack. I was like, tell me bamini, eh? So I won't work again in this Europe. Because really she made it so serious, like, oh, now if she wants to bring someone else, they'll have to do this, they'll have to do that. Okay, I was like, in my head, I'm like, okay, it's finished. Let me even go for this vacation that I've planned to Estonia and come back and start facing my life again. I have to reboot my life in Europe, basically. So yeah, I went to Estonia and came back and I cleared my head really, and I had a good talk with a friend there, and I decided that to do anything here, I have to know how to speak Dutch. It doesn't matter how small, but I have to be able to communicate enough to get a good job and to be able to do most things, most basic things here in Belgium. So when you ask people advice of how to learn Dutch, they always tell you watch cartoons, listen to the radio, make friends. But see, this making friends part is difficult because if you don't come here to study and you don't go to school, it's difficult to make friends. So in my Dutch classes, everybody were foreigners. We're all trying to learn the language. So there's no way we are going to help each other learn the language. So that was like a bit difficult for me to make foreign Belgian friends that were going to help me. But then at church, I also made a couple of friends, members of the church and all of that. But it was different. I didn't have like friend where I could go to speak Dutch or help me learn and all of that. So that was really, really difficult to do. Yeah. I did the longer classes because it was difficult for me to learn. So I took the classes of 2 months for one level. So we have till level 10. I think I did I stopped at level 5, I believe. And after which I went and registered for another course again in VDAB. I think I'll tell you guys about VDAB in another video better. They're like a company where you go to and they help foreigners to get jobs and all of that. Okay, so after Dutch school, I went to VDAB. My social assistant recommended this for me, and I learned. I was given options of what to study here, and I chose logistics. And this is why I chose logistics. It was relatively easy to get used to. It's nothing too hard. And I also thought about it. I learned forklift under logistics, and why I did that was for logistics, the highest paid people were those that could drive the forklift. So at VDAB, I chose to study logistics, and for logistics you have order picking, driving of the forklift, driving of the reach, I don't know what you call the reach truck here, but yeah, driving of the forklift and all of that machines. And I decided to learn how to drive the forklift. And with that, why I did that was because in logistics, the people that drive forklifts get paid higher than those that did just the order picking. So I thought about that and decided to do the forklift. So the class with VDAB took 6 months, and after which I went to another school to study to learn how to drive the forklift, which took about another 3 months. And here in Ghent especially, you have a lot of jobs with logistics, really a lot of companies, a lot of logistic companies here. So that really helped me, give me more chances for work. So the sack issue didn't it didn't cause a lot of problems. Or it was, I don't even think anybody even asked me about being sacked with a cleaning job and all. So okay, so based off what I've just said earlier, I'm just going to say, don't let anybody stress you. Really, this auntie, she got to me. My mom was already in the house like, oti fuck up, really, don't let anybody get to you. Do you? If you get a job that you know you can't do or it's going to be difficult for you, generally tell them that it's not going to work. Don't put any extra pressure on yourself. Things are going to get fine. Things are going to come good. If you're learning Dutch and it's not going, it's just not, just, I don't know how you do it, but just like let yourself know that, okay, if I want to achieve this, if I want to do this, I just have to learn it. For me, I conditioned my mind. I told myself that if you have to do anything in Belgium, the truth is you have to know the language. And I think when you realize that and you tell yourself that, it gives you a different how do you put it now, energy. It makes you want to study. It makes you want to do that. Okay, this is a do or die affair, really. So yeah, I think that worked for me. So thank you guys for watching my video to this point. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, advice, or anything you want to say, leave that in the comment section. I'm going to definitely check that out. And check out my social media pages, my Instagram at tysignatures, my Facebook tysignatures hair salon, and also my email is going to be left down below in case you have questions or advice or anything. Bye.